Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with this report from Dario AS claiming that Spain manager Luis Enrique have included both Ansu Fati and Alejandro Balde in Spain's provisional squad for the World Cup. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then to conclude this episode, talking about this report claiming that Barcelona are set to begin negotiations over January exit of two veteran stars. As you can see there, Pique and Alba. So guys, before we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. According to Dario AS, Spain manager Luis Enrique has selected his 55-man provisional squad for the FIFA World Cup 2022 and has included the names of Barcelona teenagers Ansu Fati and Alejandro Balde on the list. The World Cup in Qatar is less than a month away and teams have started naming their preliminary squads for that tournament. As many as 55 players can be named on the provisional list, which will need to be whittled down to 26 for the tournament. Injured Barcelona defender Ronald Araujo was named in Uruguay's preliminary squad earlier this month, while Dutch duo Memphis Depay and Frankie de Jong are included in the Netherlands roster. Now, as per the report, Ansu Fati and Alejandro Balde are on the list of probables for Spain. It is claimed that Enrique has asked the RFEF not to make the list public, given that there are several players on the list who are currently injured and are doubts for the World Cup. Ansu Fati was excluded by Enrique for Spain's previous set of international fixtures, which created a lot of storm, but the manager cited the young forward's lack of minutes and recent injury issues as a reason to leave him out of the time being. While Fati's situation, as far as the game time is concerned, has not improved significantly, the 19-year-old has shown signs of form in recent matches and is in the reckoning to make the final list in Qatar. As for Alejandro Balde, recent reports had suggested that the 18-year-old could be a surprise selection made by Luis Enrique for the World Cup, owing to his impressive breakthrough this year. So his inclusion on the preliminary list does not come as a shock, although he continues to be behind Jose Gaya and Jordi Alba in the order of preference as per the report. Other Barcelona stars like Sergio Busquets, Eric Garcia, Pedri, Gavi and Ferran Torres are certainties for Spain, given that they are seen as vital components of Enrique's plans. So what will now be interesting to see is whether Fati or Balde join them when the final 26-man squad list for the World Cup, which Enrique plans to announce in November 11. Of course, it's great to see these two young lads, Balde and Fati, included in Luis Enrique's provisional squad. It wouldn't be surprising if they make the final 26-man list, because I think they deserve it. They have been good, especially Alejandro Balde. Balde has been the surprise package this season for Barca, doing well. Xavi has trusted him a lot, and I think he should be thankful to the manager, because it seemed as though when the season started, Balde could have still been the second choice to Alba, but from the game that Xavi started using him, I think match day 2 against Sociedad, Balde did so well, and from that day he has been benching Alba and of course Marcos Alonso at that left back position. So it's great to see Balde doing well. I think he's good, solid. He's very solid defensively and offensively. He's not just one-sided fullback, and I think Xavi really enjoys him for that. So Balde has never played in the senior team in Spain. He have always been for the junior team, the under 20 or something like that. But right now, I think this is a perfect opportunity for Balde to test his first, his debut for the senior team. Looking at the performance, I think Enrique has every right to call Balde, because Balde has been exceptionally phenomenal in the left back position. He is the most reliable, best left back we have right now for Barcelona. So it's great to see him included in the provisional squad for Luis Enrique for Spain squad for the World Cup that is coming next month in Qatar, and also having Ansu Fati, of course, who was not happy at all when Luis Enrique did not call him for the last international break. He did not take it lightly, But Enrique did justify that was because lack of minutes and also because of his injury history. So we're talking about lack of minutes, by the way. Earlier reports today was claiming how Josh Mendes, his agent, is not happy with Javi for the fact that he has not been given enough game time for Ansu Fati, who has mostly been a bench player. Ansu Fati is not happy at all from what we have been getting, and he wants to be part of the team most of the time. I don't know if he knows that the number 10 jersey that he has, and inherited from Lionel Messi, even though he has not lived up to expectations to wear that number 10 shirt, he just believes that he needs more game time. But I don't think Xavi sees it that way. Xavi have always been, playing Ansu Fati from the bench. And even though we are trying to understand that maybe Xavi is just cautious about the player's injury history, and he wants to make sure that the player is fit for a long time. So let's see. It's interesting, but to see him in the squad list for Spain for the World Cup. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona's recent defeat to Bayern Munich has once again put out an indicator that the club are still in transition and need more quality to be able to compete with the top dogs of Europe. According to Dario Sport, Barcelona are looking to fast-track that process by offloading two of their most experienced players in the January transfer window. The players in question are Gerard Pique and Jordi Alba, but these defenders have fallen out of favor in recent months and have no place in Xavi's setup. Their performances this season have also been quite underwhelming, with Pique in particular emerging as one of the worst performers in the crucial defeat to Inter Milan earlier this season. This has propelled Barcelona's efforts to try and get rid of them in January in an effort to make space for new signings. However, sanctioning the sale of Alba and Piqué in January will not be easy, as the club are due to pay them a figure of around 60 million euros and 85 million euros respectively, meaning a combined total of 145 million euros until the fulfillment of their contracts in 2024. Barcelona nonetheless are considering the approach, as they do have remnants of cash left from the economic levers they used in the summer. They are planning on utilizing those funds in order to sanction the exit of Alba and Piqué by mutually agreeing on a termination of contracts. Their departures could go a long way in helping Barca reduce their inflated wage budget, which in turn could help them sign new players. At the same time, they may still face difficulties reaching agreements with the players in question. Piqué, for one, has already refused to agree to a salary cut earlier in the season and may not entertain the idea of a reduction of his dues that will enable Barca to sell him off. Alba, on the other hand, has shown no desire whatsoever to leave Camp Nou, and although they may be suitors in January, whether or not the players want to move elsewhere remains to be seen. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.